Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing expats as wagon pullers. And what are you talking about, Ben? Well, going back years ago, I remember I'm kind of just a little bit of personal stuff here. I'm a little bit of a political junkie, and I am because my father is. And I remember growing up and working on campaigns and going to, political debates and political rallies and things when I was a kid. And over the years, you just kind of pick up these weird little nuggets of things that kind of, especially in the pre-internet days, these little sayings would kind of organically bubble up from these conventions and things. And one thing I remember being a kid, there's a guy named Phil Graham. I believe he was I think he was out of Texas, if I'm not wrong. I think he was running for president at the time, but it's kind of early days when you have a dozen people running for president before it kind of gets whittled down to 3 or 4 and then eventually down to 2 and then 1. But he had this saying, he said, there were wagon pullers and there were people in the wagon. And basically the saying was implying that, you didn't want to be sort of a deadbeat or something and be in the wagon. You want taxpayers in a sense were wagon pullers. They were pulling the wagon. And I was thinking about this the other day because I was discussing with some expat friends of mine here in Thailand, what is the Thai immigration's policy? Like, what are they looking for? And a friend of mine who's been here far longer than me kind of summed it up rather succinctly. He said, look, what they really want is the foreigner to come in, set up a business, provide a bunch of jobs, and pay a bunch of taxes. And that, I'm pretty sure if you talk to high-level policymakers within the immigration apparatus or within the political apparatus here in Thailand, and you said, hey, do you mind foreigners coming in, setting up a business, maintaining their visa status, even possibly getting residency or citizenship, do you have any problem with that if they're coming in, setting up a business, creating a bunch of jobs and paying a bunch of taxes? I think the answer would be, heck no. That's exactly who we're looking for. And I was just sort of thinking about it, and I said it in conversation, in a way, Thai immigration policymakers are looking for wagon pullers. They're not looking for people who just want to sit in the wagon. Now, I don't think there's anybody, we did videos years back, so-called beg packers, foreigners who come to Thailand and were begging their way through to travel through Southeast Asia. Yeah, no, I think that's really wrong and frankly quite unbecoming, I'll put it that way. But for the most part, I don't think anybody's coming over here to do that. And I do think in a very real sense, for example, retirees, and I think that this paradigm is going to be further reinforced in the coming years, especially post-pandemic, where we're seeing what the numbers are starting to shape up like. I think retirees, folks that are coming in and just want to spend their money here on a prolonged basis, I think those folks are definitely going to be considered wagon pullers moving forward as well. So it's not just setting up a business, but it's kind of getting yourself into that same paradigm, that notion of a wagon puller versus somebody who's just trying to come over and sit in the wagon. I don't really see a lot of foreigners being in the latter category, but that being said, that I think is a succinct way of looking at Thai immigration's policy priorities.